Hi, everybody. My name is Tony Rodeo. I am the strategic advisor to the CEO, particularly on our project here in Danville, and really excited about joining you today to answer some questions that I'm sure are on a lot of people's mind.
And hi, I'm David Ritvo, and I'm the Vice President of Development at Caesars. And I've been the project lead for this project through the RFP process and into the development process. And looking forward to joining Tony today to answer some questions that the community has raised about the project and about our campaign. So the first question, Tony, that has come up is, can you address how much of the $400 million investment is going towards non-gaming aspects, such as the hotel, spa, restaurants, music venue, and conference center? And this is coming from a gentleman named Gus Dyer.
Thank you very much for the question, Gus, and actually it's a great question. As we began planning for this, we don't think of this as a casino development. We think of this as a regional destination resort. So with that in mind, there are a lot of non-gaming amenities that are going to be part of this project. In addition to the casino, there will be approximately a 300-room hotel, a number of restaurants, some signature chefs, bars, lounges, a pool, a spa, and also a 2,500-seat entertainment venue. So while I can't give you an exact breakdown of the total construction cost, I would say approximately half of the construction cost is going to go towards non-gaming amenities.
Thank you, Tony. The next question comes from Catherine Wall, and she asked, please tell us how infrastructure will be upgraded in the area to provide for the mass amount of people that will be visiting.
Thank you for the question, Catherine. And we're already actively looking at that. We are providing to the city, and we're working together with the city, and we're working on getting the amount of cars and traffic that we think that the area is going to need to be able to handle it. And we're doing a traffic study. But I think it's also important to keep in mind that this was a bustling area when it was operating as a mill 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we think that there is a lot of good infrastructure, but we want to make sure that we address all the city's needs. And again, we're doing that study and working hand in hand with the city. The other thing to keep in mind is we want to be able to do live, hopefully live town hall meetings, if not virtual meetings, to get feedback from the community and make sure that the concerns of the citizens, particularly the residents that live in the area, are addressed, and that we handle everything that best suits the needs of the project, as well as the city, as well as the residents. And now I have a couple questions for you. Austin Williams asks, where can I receive information about employment with Caesars in Danville, Virginia?
Austin, thank you for the question. We have a lot of information up right now on our Caesars for Danville website that lists the number of jobs, the types of jobs, and more information that you can get about the types of career and employment opportunities. In addition to the information on the website, we are going to be rolling out over the next couple of weeks two virtual job town hall or job seminar sessions. The first of which is going to be in conjunction with Averett and Danville Community College. We're going to be releasing some information the next week or so about that town hall. And that town hall will provide an opportunity for residents in Danville to learn more about the career opportunities, learn about our local hiring practices, and answer any and all questions that people might have about the jobs. The majority of the jobs will be coming online in the beginning of 2023 in the lead up into the opening of the actual casino resort. We will also have a large amount, close to 900 jobs available in construction and development. And those jobs will be starting once our design phase is completed in the second half of 2021.
Okay, David, the next question comes from Kevin Carlin, and he asks, how do we apply to be a vendor?
Kevin, that's a good question on how to apply to be a vendor. Caesars prides itself on working with the local community for sourcing and vending needs. We will be hosting a vendor and procurement session with the Danville Chamber of Commerce on October 8th in the evening. And on that webinar and on that session will be some corporate members of our team that handle the sourcing and procurement for the Eastern Division within our company. And they will be able to answer any and all questions that you might have about becoming a vendor. The vendor protocol and systems that we will have in place will be set up prior to the opening of the resort, and also will flow through the construction period. And I would welcome you to join that session in order to get a full kind of understanding of how you can become a vendor with the casino. Tony, the next question comes from Alger Robbins, and he asks, what type of jobs will be offered that a retiree could fill?
Thanks for the question, Alger. And actually, first, I think it's important to point out Caesars operates over 50 properties across the country, and at every one of those properties, we have a number of retirees that have come out of retirement and senior citizens that fill positions across a wide breadth of different areas and responsibilities. The other thing, Caesars loves to inspire grown-ups to play, so it's no different from an employment standpoint. Also, it's great because we offer a multitude of both part-time positions, full-time positions. Given that we're more of a weekend-centric business, we have a lot of weekend positions that need to be filled specifically. And look, any area that you find interesting, whether it's hospitality, food and beverage, gaming, security, there will be a multitude of positions and areas that you could apply for. And Caesars is very strong about training people to fill the roles that you'd like to seek. There's going to be a lot of training initiatives that we'll be working together with the local colleges. So yeah, certainly we look forward to having people across all age spectrums helping to fill the staffing needs of the property.
Tony, so the next question from Janice Dalton is, please tell me if any of the Dan River will be saved.
Hi, Janice, and thanks for the question. We are currently finalizing the development and design of the project, and if at all possible that we could fit into the new project, maintaining some of the buildings, we'd like to do that. I think the single most important feature that we'd like to maintain, and we're working with the city on this, is the smokestacks. And we just think that the smokestacks, number one, are iconic for the city of Danville, and I also think that it would be a great bridge from the historic past of that location and bridge it to the future development of the casino resort. So that's the one element that we'd love to maintain and save, and we're currently working on the smokestacks as well as the other buildings. And as those plans are finalized, we look forward to sharing it with the whole community.
So Tony, the next question comes from Mark Cordell, and he asks, what types of jobs and can anyone apply?
Thanks for the question, Mark. First of all, certainly anyone can apply, and the types of jobs are very, very varied. When you look at any casino development project, particularly a destination resort, which has a lot of non-gaming amenities, there is a multitude of areas and positions that we need to fill. Think about it first from a non-gaming standpoint. We have hospitality positions in the hotel. We have food and beverage positions. We're going to be operating a pool and a spa area. We're going to have meeting space, convention space. We're going to be operating a 2,500 seat entertainment venue, so entertainment positions, and then all the gaming positions. But I think people kind of think of those front of the house positions when they think about a casino resort, but there is also positions in accounting and finance and marketing and technology. So there's a wide breadth of positions across a whole spectrum of fields. And we look forward to working with the local colleges to build a training program and to assist people to find the role that suits them and that they're looking to build a career on. Okay, David, next couple are for you again, from Tommy Allen. And his question is, as much money as this thing is supposed to bring in, what about high property taxes and high electric bills? Will it benefit the hardworking Danvillians?
So Tommy, thank you very much for your question. And I think the question really is asking is really how is the city going to be spending the proceeds from this resort? As we've mentioned kind of in previous presentations and discussions, we expect this casino resort, when fully up and running, to generate close to $38 million for the city in various different taxes, subsidies, and revenue sources. And so the city has, in the last couple of weeks, announced that they formed an advisory committee and hired a set of consultants to help them figure out how best to spend this money. More information about that advisory committee is on the city's website, located under the casino RFP process. And I think if you have further questions about how that money will be spent, I think asking the city representatives, whether it's Ken Larking or city council members, is going to be the best avenue to find correct answers about that.
Okay, Dave, the next question is from Deborah McHugh, I believe. I apologize, Deborah, if that's not correct. What is the plan for road improvement and widening on Route 29 from the North Carolina state line to Schoolfield? Also, how many houses and businesses affected from road widening? Will there be traffic lights at each intersection?
Deborah, I think I appreciate the question. And right now, the city has engaged with a traffic engineer to study the traffic patterns and plans that could be associated with the development of the casino. We have been working with that traffic engineer to provide them the inputs for the number of cars and visitation that will occur during peak and non-peak times at the casino. Depending on the results of that traffic study, there will be a plan potentially to have road improvements and widening across Route 29 and West Main Street. But right now, we don't know the answers to what that might look like. Should there be a need for any road widening or any other issues, we will work with the community and the city to limit and mitigate any issues that might occur to houses or businesses. Our plan or approach will not be to affect them in any meaningful way if we don't have to. And then to answer the second question regarding stoplights, I think it is dependent upon the traffic study and the traffic flow patterns that come out of that traffic study. But I would not assume that there would need to be a traffic light at every intersection leading up to Highway 29 into the casino site. So Tony, the next question is for you. It comes from Reginald Brandon. And his question is, when will job openings and hiring start if the vote for the casino passes in November?
Hey, thanks for the question, Reginald. First of all, I just want to qualify one thing. I don't think it's if the referendum passes. I'd like to think about it when the referendum passes. So with that in mind, first of all, we plan and hope to break ground in the latter part of 2021. So the 900 or so construction jobs will be beginning some part, the latter part of next year. In terms of the permanent 1,300 employees, we anticipate that the property will open in the latter part of 2023. The vast majority of those positions will start to come online about 6 months prior to the opening. So we're looking at the early to mid part of 2023, depending upon how the development and the construction goes. I think that it's never too early to start thinking about the type of career, the role, position, the field that you might be interested in, though. If you're interested in a marketing role or a business role or some of the administrative roles, it's really important and critical to get some schooling and education in the field that you'd like to fill. So I think that even though we're still a few years out from filling the vast majority of those positions, I don't think it's ever too soon to start planning and thinking about what type of role you might like to fill.
And Tony, can I ask a quick follow-up to that? If the skill sets are not there, do you anticipate that the casino will be offering training, whether it be dealer training or other types of training in the lead up to the opening?
Yeah, and that's a great point, David. And yes, and certainly we will be doing that. And again, we'll be partnering with the local colleges, both of the local colleges, to develop training programs for dealers and for some of the other skills that are going to be necessary. And I think it's also important to point out, look, Caesars is not looking to bring in talent and people from our other properties to fill the vast majority of these positions. We're looking to utilize the talent pool that exists in Danville and the surrounding area. So again, we will be handling or developing, whether it's virtual or live, town hall meetings to address questions like this and be able to provide people with the information they need to begin to move towards the career that they're looking to have. Okay, David, next question is from Kim Meeks. Wouldn't Danville need a bigger airport to help support the customer base?
So Kim, thank you for the question. So we have been working with both the City Economic Development and the airport to understand the potential infrastructure and runway needs that would need to be adapted or changed based on our needs for bringing in small and or private jets to the airport. Based on what the current infrastructure is at the airport, we don't anticipate there needs to be any changes to the airport. We've also been discussing with the airport some needs for some ground and servicing equipment that could be utilized for jets and airplanes that come into the airport. And we'll be working with the airport leading up to 2023 to make sure that that equipment is in place and be useful for other opportunities at the airport as well. Tony, the last question we have for the day comes from Joan McDowell. And she asked, what will happen to the Schoolfield community, homes, and businesses surrounding the casino?
Thank you for the question, Joan. And anytime Caesars enters a community or a new location, quality of life and the impact on the community is top of mind to us as a company. It's part of the fabric of who we are. So we're not looking to do anything that's going to disrupt lives. We're looking to improve the economics and the welfare of the entire community, and both from a financial standpoint as well as from a quality of life standpoint. As I mentioned earlier, we're currently working with the city on a traffic study. That is not yet complete, but we will be working hand in hand with the city. We're also looking forward to host, ideally they would be live, as I mentioned earlier, town hall meetings, but under the current situation, they might have to be virtual to get input and feedback from the citizens, particularly those people that are going to be living in the community, to answer questions about noise or answer questions about the height of the project and things that in any way, shape, or form could impact the quality of life of the area. And we want to address those and be mindful of the concerns of all the citizens. And we look forward to having that dialogue as soon as possible.
We just want to thank everybody for the time. And so thank you everybody for submitting your questions. We look forward to engaging more with the community and leading up to the election. And if you have any further questions that you would like answered, please feel free to submit them through the website at caesarsfordanville.com, through our Twitter page, or through our Facebook page that we have up right now.
Thank you, David, as well. And also, again, not to reiterate what David said, but thank you for the questions. I think it's important to maintain a dialogue between the company and the community. And as David mentioned, we look forward to answering any questions that might come up in addition to these. And we also look forward to being there present in Danville leading up to the referendum. And if not in person, but some sort of interactive virtual town hall meeting as we get closer to Election Day. So again, thank you very much, and excited and look forward to partnering with everybody in the city.